This is the Yealink T48S, which you can see in the lower right hand corner for the model. This is device overview. On this phone we have the handset, we have the touchscreen, the dial pad, the directional arrows for navigation, the volume rocker for volume down and up, headset, mute, voicemail or message buttons, put a caller on live hold, redial, transfer, and speakerphone buttons. On this phone, all the line keys are touch sensitive, since this is a touchscreen phone. We also have our menu buttons at the bottom to navigate through the different menus and options of the phone that are also touch. With this phone, you can have up to 29 line keys by pressing the More button, and it will display all the keys on the screen at one time, making this an excellent choice for a small business to have this as a receptionist phone or somebody that just has a lot of quick dials or line presence. With these line presence indicators, they are green if somebody is not on the phone, and they will turn red if somebody is on the phone. This also is true for the park locations. You can have up to 10 parks on the screen at once, and with the park slots, they will turn red when somebody is parked on them, and green when somebody is not. To place a call on this phone, simply dial the phone number, and you can click Send, pick up the receiver, or hit the headset button. In this case, we will hit Send. To receive a call, such as this one coming in, we can either pick up the handset, press the on-screen answer button to answer on speakerphone, press the headset button to answer on our headset, or press speakerphone as we will do in this demonstration. To place a caller on the live hold, such as this call we have here, you can press the hold button. This will place the caller on hold. They will hear hold music. They cannot hear you. This hold button only puts the caller on hold on this phone. You can at this time place a new call by clicking the new call button, or receive another call that is incoming. With this hold button, no other phone can pick it up. You would have to use the part function, which we'll go over later in this video. To do a live transfer or an attended transfer, you can press the transfer button with an active call, or the transfer button on the phone itself. When you do this, you can have the opportunity to talk to your caller and actually explain to them anything that you want to, and then press the transfer button one more time to connect them. Let's see how it works. So you can hit transfer, dial the extension number or an outside number, press send. Once the caller answers, you can talk to them, and then when they're ready, you can press transfer one more time to connect the call. Blind transfer, where you wish not to talk to the person and just send the call to their phone whether they're there or not. It will go to their phone, ring. If they don't answer, it will go to their voicemail. If they do answer, they have the call live. In order to do this, it's called a blind transfer. In this case, we have an active call. We'll hit More. We'll hit BXfer for blind transfer. You can dial the extension number, such as 828 in this case, and click OK. That will send that call directly to that extension, and it'll ring their phone. If they do not answer, it'll go to their voicemail. During an attended or live transfer, you can also choose the line keys to transfer to instead of typing the extension number. By doing this, you can hit Transfer. Instead of dialing the extension, you can hit More and choose the line key in which you wish to transfer to. This works extremely well during a receptionist or just anybody in the office to transfer without having to remember the extensions. Remember, hit transfer one more time to connect that call, and you are good to go. To transfer a live call such as the one we have here directly to someone's voicemail within the system without ringing their phone first, you can do it this way. Press More, Blind Transfer, then dial a star, then their extension number. In this case, we're dialing extension 828 and pressing OK. That live caller will now be transferred directly to extension 828's voicemail to leave them a message. With this system, you can also do a conference call. Once you have at least one live call on the line, you can hit Conference, dial the outside number or extension number that you wish to conference in, and hit Conference. Once that caller answers, you can hit the conference one additional time to conference those phone calls together. Once you have both callers on the conference call, you have a few options. You can place the whole conference call on hold. You can split the callers back out into their individual call slots and answer them individually, or you can end the conference bridge call just by pressing the end button. And it ends the call for everyone. We'll now go over call parking. Call parking allows you to place a caller on hold. They will hear hold music, but with call parking, you can pick it up on another extension within your system. So we'll place this call on park now. First we hit More, then Park.
Call parked on extension 901.
You can hear that announced that the call is parked on extension 901, which is the first parking spot. You can see that the line key is lit up red, indicating that there is a call parked at extension 901. So now you could tell someone else in your organization, either via intercom or just tell them in person, that they have a phone call parked on 901. So then they're able to click the line key button to pick that up, or they can dial extension 901 as it was announced to pick up that call as well. In this case, we'll click the on-screen line key. And now, as you can see, the call has resumed on this phone, and we can continue our conversation with our customer. We'll now go over the call flip feature. Call flips allows you to either go from your desk phone to your mobile phone's app, or you can go from your app back to your desk phone. So this basically flips the call if you need to walk out the door with your mobile phone, or if you're coming back in the door and want to pick up on your desk phone, you can flip back to it. I'll show you how to do that now. You click more one more time, and you'll see the call flip button. I'll take this live caller and hit call flip, and it'll flip to my cell phone's mobile app, where I can then answer it there. Now review how to see the call history and our contacts on the phone, the company directory. In order to see the history, we'll press the up arrow on the navigational keys, where you can see the last calls, whether you want to scroll down on the left-hand side or touch for missed calls, placed calls, received calls, or forwarded calls. If you want to return to the home screen anytime, you click the X button to return to the home screen. To see the directory, press the down arrow on the navigational keypad. At this time, you can see all the contacts, or you can click Add to add additional contact, and fill out the information with the phone's touchscreen, and then just click Save. This phone also has a Do Not Disturb function, which is great for if you're in a meeting in your office and do not wish to be disturbed. You can click the Do Not Disturb button on the menu options at the bottom of the screen. As you can see as indicated at the top, there is a red minus sign inside of a circle. With that on the screen, it indicates that your phone is in Do Not Disturb mode. This phone will now not ring at all and will not give you any kind of notifications. That way you're not disturbed while you're in your meeting or doing other tasks. To disable Do Not Disturb, if you see that red circle with a minus sign, all you have to do is press the Do Not Disturb button again, and that indicator will go away, and now you can receive calls again. We can also forward calls from our phone to our cell phone or another outside number or another extension. This is very useful if you'd like to forward your incoming calls to your cell phone while you walk out the door and wish not to use the mobile app. Or you can forward, if somebody's out sick, their extension to another person to be answered. This is how we do this. First, you click on Menu, then Features. Then you have three options for forwarding. Always Forward will always forward the phone, no matter what. Busy Forward will only forward the phone calls if you're on the phone and you're busy. No Answer Forward will only forward the phone calls. Instead of going to voicemail, it will forward them to somebody else. We'll do Always Forward for this demonstration. You click on Always Forward, and then you can say Forward to. This can be an outside number, such as your mobile phone or another phone number. This can also be an internal extension. In this case, we'll choose 828, which is an internal extension. We'll click Next, Next, Done, and now it's saving the config file. We'll want to make sure and turn this on by clicking the Always Forward and choosing the On at the top and Save. Now we'll always forward to extension 828, and then if you want to return to the home screen, just press the X button several times to return. You can see at the top that the arrow indicates that the phones are being forwarded at this time. To disable this, it is basically doing the same thing in reverse. You can click Menu, Features. In this case, Always Forward is on, so we'll click Always Forward, click the Off, and Save. And now that has been saved and we'll no longer be forwarding our calls. Click the X button to return to the home screen, and as you can see, the arrow is no longer there, indicating that the phone will now receive calls. You can also check your voicemail on this phone by pressing the message key. There will be indicators at the top of the screen, and also the red light will be blinking to let you know that there is a voice message. In order to check your voicemail, you can click the message button. It will automatically dial into the voicemail system and prompt you for your PIN number. In this case, it's 1111, and press pound. Then it will follow up with additional prompts to either record your greeting, listen to your messages, delete them, or other options. Feel free to explore here. If you do not know your PIN number, please contact our support and we'll help you with this. You can also get your voicemails in your email, so if you need help setting this up, please contact our support as well, and the voicemails will come to your email transcribed in text, and it will also have the audio file attached where you can listen to the voicemail straight in your email. The Yealink T48S has Bluetooth capabilities. It does not have Bluetooth built in, but it can take a Bluetooth USB dongle that you can purchase and plug into the back of the phone. If you already had this purchased and plugged into the USB port on the back, I'll show you how to connect your headset. First, we go to Menu, then Basic, then Bluetooth. Ensure that it's on. It will search for the devices, and as it's scanning, it will find your headset, as long as you have your headset in pairing mode already. Once you find the headset, you click on the headset that you wish to connect. It'll show connecting. Then it will actually say connected successfully if it worked. Once this is done, you can return to the home screen. And at the top, you can see that indicates the little green bars that your headset is connected, with the Bluetooth icon there as well. This phone also supports wireless connectivity. If you want to connect your phone to the wireless where there's no network cable available, you can do so and still have the phone connectivity. If there is a network cable, we always suggest using that, as it is more stable than using a wireless connection. We have lots of these phones connected over wireless with no issues, but if there is network cable available, please use that, as it eliminates headaches and issues. In order to use the wireless, you have to purchase a wireless USB dongle that plugs in the USB port on the back. In doing that, you can only have one USB port, so you can only use the wireless dongle or the Bluetooth dongle. If you're using the wireless dongle, I'll show you how to get this connected now once you've purchased it and plugged it in. First, we'll go to Menu. We'll go to Basic. We'll click on Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi is off, so we have to click the On button. The wireless will start scanning for known networks in the area. As it's scanning, it'll finally show up and show you there's 16 networks available. We'll click the down arrow. We'll find the network that we wish to connect to. Click on it, and we would use our keypad on the screen in order to type in the password to this wireless network and hit connect. Once we do this, it'll connect to the wireless network, and we'll be able to use this phone wirelessly with the power cord that's included with the phone. We'll now show you the back side of the phone. At the top, we have a USB plug where you can plug the USB, Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth dongles. We have two sets of slots in order to adjust the stand's base to set this phone up higher or lean it back further. At the bottom, we have our extension, which extends to the expansion module. We also have a port labeled PC. That port will actually go from this phone to your computer to pass the internet through to your computer or a printer or other device. The port labeled Internet is the port that will actually go from the phone to the wall to give this phone internet. There's also a power jack, DC power jack, with the phone's included power plug. If you have a PoE switch, you do not need the power plug. There's also a headset port to where your wired or wireless headset can plug in, and you can answer and hang up the calls with the headset at that time. Also, there is a receiver plug to where your handset receiver of the phone, which is included with the phone, will plug in. The T48S has the ability to have an expansion module, the EXP40. This allows for, besides the 29 line keys on the touchscreen, to have 20 more line keys on the screen of the phone, and with the page over button, you can have an additional 20 for a total of 40 on the expansion module. This makes this phone an excellent choice for a receptionist or anybody with a large company that needs a lot of line presence keys, because with these keys, you can do the same as the ones on the touchscreen to see when somebody's on the phone or not, to have quick dials to transfer out to vendors, or keys to transfer to people's voicemail.